The whole thing with Chicago is that it's obviously the place where the Disco Demolition happens in 1979, when they blow up a bunch of disco records in Comiskey Park. A guy called Steve Dahl. And after that, the music industry in America switches away from disco. It's also awful, awful, awful moment in American history.
Yeah, there was a real backlash against disco and the disco sucks thing, and the Chic were very lambasted because the Saturday Night Fever soundtrack was one of the best-selling albums of all time, still is to this day, and it became so mainstream. But it was a kind of counterculture thing which came out of these clubs where people all mixed together on the dance floor, and it was a little bit too, I would say,
it was
liberal.
Yeah.
For blue jeans wearing white America to handle.
Mainstream Midwestern America.
And they went full rock, rock versus disco. And when we got there in 2002, I would still say that the house music and dance music was still vilified, and it wasn't really big.
No, it wasn't big in America, but it
didn't come back until the EDM, which the electronic dance music, which came in around 2011, 2012, 2013. And it was from the late 70s until that period that it was not seen as okay for a white male American
heterosexual and it was interesting because
totally, that's very important.
Because
it was black Latinos and gays who pushed disco in the first place, and then it just became too much.
But it was interesting that Chicago had been the place where there was this where disco had almost been killed.
Yep.
And then actually it was the place where a new form of disco emerges, which is kind of house music, which is extrapolation of disco.
Which is basically cheap disco.